You can perceive how Tesla is shutting the circle in the accompanying gigafactory process flowchart. When the vehicles are delivered and in super-fulfilled client hands, when they arrive at end of life, the crude materials are then handled and reusing into the creation of new vehicles. Number 1. What's in Tesla's batteries? Before the monster gigafactory in Nevada was assembled, Tesla's batteries fundamentally produced in Japan and agreeable to severe ecological law, RoHS guidelines. The batteries are for the most part produced using lithium metal oxides. In particular, the anode from graphite, the electrolyte from lithium salts and the cathode from lithium, nickel, cobalt and aluminum. They don't contain nasties like lead, mercury, cadmium, hexavalent chromium, PBBs, and PBDEs. Tesla have expressed in the past that their batteries are protected to be landfilled. Anyway, their Tesla battery reusing program shows improvement over that. Number 2. So what amount of Tesla's batteries really get reused? The Tesla vehicle batteries get reused once they arrive at end of life. Early gauges in 2000 states that would be 100,000 miles, 160,000 km, or 7 to 10 years of run-of-the-mill use. Notwithstanding, because of advances in battery creation and the executive's innovation ongoing, April 2018 measurements have tracked down that, in 270,000 kilometers, 168,000 miles, the normal battery debased under 9% of its unique limit. The way that Tesla's Model S90D, warmly named EHOC, has been in help since July 2015 and timed up a dumbfounding 400,000 miles, 643,737 kilometers, truly implies anything is possible. Of note, the EHOC went into Tesla overhauling in January 2018, at 324,044 miles, where Tesla engineers directed a demonstrative test, discovered the battery was not working as expected, and supplanted the 90 kW battery. Truly, nobody truly knows the finish of battery life gauge for Tesla lithium particle batteries. The probably result will be that at some Tesla yet to be resolved edge the batteries get proceeded onward and reused in less requesting than a games vehicle use cases, for example, inside power walls for family, business foundation power. The key details for Tesla battery reusing are: 60% of Tesla's batteries get reused, 10% get reused, battery case and some electrical segments. All the puff goes to landfill because of unreasonable expenses in reusing it. Realizing that Tesla is a genuine trailblazer, truth be told, it puts this as an upper hand over other vehicle organizations. I would say these dated measurements will be way higher now as they arrive at more prominent reusing efficiencies in their gigafactory reusing measures. Besides, as there is a Goliath chunk of batteries in each Tesla that weigh around 1,000 pounds, 454 kilograms, it is far simpler to apply reusing cycles to it. While customary buyer item batteries, for example, those found in cell phones and workstations, regularly end up in landfill because of perplexing and costly arranging offices. Number 3. Tesla battery swapping stations? Later on it could be feasible to just drive, or let the vehicle do that as well, to your neighborhood Tesla administration focus, and very quickly your whole battery plate is supplanted with fresh out of the plastic new batteries, with Tesla getting the old batteries through their reusing program. Tesla even licensed the thought in 2017. The fact of the matter is, Tesla will make it so helpful for the batteries to reuse, and they will reduce their expenses and decline squander in doing as such. Number 4. So what do Tesla battery parts really get reused into? Electronics are taken out, tried and reused. Wires and metals are reused locally, with enormous amounts of hardware modules shipped off to the Toxco Materials Management Center. Lithium modules are frozen with fluid nitrogen to forestall further compound responses. From that point they are destroyed and squashed into little pieces for additional screening and partition into cushion, cobalt, copper and slurry. In particular, the copper cobalt is offered to recuperation focuses to be separated into cobalt, nickel, copper and aluminum. The slurry is reused for apparatus coatings. Propylene glycol is reused locally after it is eliminated from the cooling tubes. In another report from the Tesla site, 2011, it expresses that in North America they work with Kinspersky Brothers to reuse around 60% of the battery pack, and for Europe they work with Umicore. What's cool about Umicore is they have a completely shut circle reusing framework where they can save in any event 70% of CO2 discharges during the recuperation and refining measure. It does this by making items and side effects, as opposed to following a mechanical partition measure. Transforming battery extras into construction material. In spite of the fact that Tesla isn't doing this performance, they have decided to work with Umicore for the European tasks. With 5% of the worldwide man-made CO2 discharges overall being delivered by concrete assembling, Umicore replaces this crude development material with optional material, evading warm preparing and lessening CO2 outflow and non-inexhaustible asset utilization. Tesla has discovered that joining forces with ecologically cognizant recyclers, they can reuse their battery packs profitably, without unreasonable government motivators. They are eventually attempting to reuse the item back to the first crude material so the material streams in a genuine circularly circle. In particular, the metals can be reused in the battery cells and any plastics can be recovered and used to shape new plastic parts for our vehicles. The innovation to empower this is accessible today, and it's productive. We as of now reuse cobalt in the batteries. The generally shut circle reusing framework gets conceivable, and significantly more productive, when the amounts ascend to a level to legitimize the speculation for reusing of different parts, especially the plastic. Number 5. For what reason would a production maker trouble reusing? In the US, Tesla has prompted they will arrangement a trade framework, TBC, where clients get credits for returning their pre-owned battery modules. Toxco handles enormous scope lithium particle battery reusing, with beginning expenses of activity at $4.50 per pound, $10 per kilogram, and has since diminished to less than $2.25 per pound, less than $5 per kilogram. The central issue here is when do economies of scale permit decline the expense for makers to pick reused battery materials over crude battery materials. The normal cost of a lithium particle battery pack in 2017 was $209 per kilowatt hour and are set to diminish to beneath $100 per kilowatt hour by 2025, BNEF survey.